Christmas Tales. An unexpected Christmas visitor. Ron lay slumped the armchair, snoring loudly enough to wake the dead, but not the dead drunk. A trickle of salvia ran from the corner of his mouth and down across his unshaven chin. The empty bottle of single malt lay discarded by his feet. There was no glass. Why waste time pouring from bottle to glass, and now from glass to mouth? 3 a.m. on Christmas morning. Only 21 hours of this good awful day to go, most of which he would hopefully slip through. How he hated this so-called season of goodwill. The first adverts had appeared on the television in September, becoming more and more frequent until, by the end of November, they had taken over completely. People would spend money they didn't have on presents that will be largely unwanted. Office parties would end up drunken excesses, ill-advised liaisons, and plenty of morning after regrets. Enough food and drink will be bought to keep a small third world country going for 6 months, half of which will be thrown away before the new year was a week old. He hadn't always felt this way about Christmas. He remembered those from his childhood, the endless days of anticipation, then walking at the ridiculous time on Christmas morning, only to be told to go back to bed because it was too early. Rummaging through the stocking full of goodies hanging at the foot of his bed before moving on the pile of presents under the tree in front of room. Eating sweets, nuts and chocolate before breakfast, something he was never allowed to do any other time of the year. Then there had been the Christmases when he had a young family of his own, enjoying his own children's excitement, indulging in a glass of champagne for breakfast, and sharing his entire time between helping Pamela in the kitchen and playing with a new toy or game. After the kids left home, he and Pamela took to going away for Christmas and letting someone else to do all the work for a change. 6 years ago, Pamela died, and Christmas became an ordeal. His son and daughter-in-law invited him to stay for the first years, but that soon stopped. Drunken granddad stumbling into things and frightening the children was no fun to have around. Now he spent the day alone, wallowing in alcohol and memories. He was woken by the sounds of someone struggling and swearing. Damn chimneys! A pair of legs, clad in black boots and bright red trousers, was thrashing around in all directions above the grate. The strained effort and choice language continued with increasing frustration until, with boneless cries of shit, Father Christmas landed with a thump and rolled out onto the hard rock. Funny how the houses we are not supposed to go in always have the narrowest chimneys, he said, standing up and dusting himself down. Ron knew he wasn't dreaming. You don't have a sore head and mouth like a pile of dried rabbits roping in your dreams. So incredible as it seems, he had to accept that what he had just seen had really happened. Unfortunately, shock and inebriation prevented him from coming up with any sort of intelligent response. Father Christmas was all he could manage to say. Yes, I am a Father Christmas, or Santa Claus, or Saint Nick, or whatever you like to call us. But my name is Paladin, responded the visitor. A Father Christmas? You mean there is more than one of you? Of course, at the last census, just over 2 million. Where do you all live? At the North Pole. No, you don't. No one lives at the North Pole, let alone 2 million Father Christmases. No, you are right, but you will need an extremely advanced knowledge of physics to understand where we really live. So let's just leave it as the North Pole. What did you mean about houses you weren't supposed to go in? Asked Ron. We are only allowed to go into homes of believers, replied Pliddon. Why, that's the rules. The Father Christmas who visits the most homes between midnight and 5 a.m., where at least one believer lives, is in the winner. Winner of what? The most home visited between midnight and 5 a.m., where at least one believer lives race, of course. That was all becoming just a little too confusing for Ron. So you're telling me there really is a Father Christmas and you really visit our homes at Christmas? but only for some pointless competition? Correction, there really are Father Christmases. And it's not pointless, it's a tradition of our culture. But there are no practical benefits. Oh, and your people don't have similar traditions? Why don't you light a big fire and set off fireworks on bonfire night? And why do you go around trick and treating on Halloween? Ron had to concede the argument. Alright, okay. So how about chimneys then? Hardly any houses have chimneys this day. How do you get inside them? Plyden looked a bit sheepish. Oh well, we don't actually come down chimneys. That's just one of your myths. But I like to do it now and again, just for the laugh. So how do you get in? Transglomultiplication. Trans what? Advanced physics again, I'm afraid. Ron had heard enough. I need a drink, he said, heading towards a cabinet on the other side of the room. No, you don't. That's why I am here, said Plyden. Pardon? I'm not going to win the race. I'm too far behind, thanks to another chimney I got stuck in earlier. So I figured I would help a few folk out. I don't need your help. Yes, you do. Look at you. Alone and drunk on Christmas Day. You should be with your family. My family don't want me. Your family don't want to drunken self-pitying you, but your children want their father, and your grandchildren want their granddad. So why are you here on your own instead of with them? This is a time of celebration and happiness. It's not been the same since Pamela died. What if it had been that you died? Do you think Pamela will be sitting here alone, soaked in alcohol and feeling sorry for herself? No. She will be mourning her loss, but she will still be getting on with life, enjoying the rest of her family. And if she did behave like you wouldn't be very pleased, would you? Well, I wouldn't know if she was, since I don't believe in the afterlife, said Ron stubbornly. You didn't believe in the Father Christmas until 10 minutes ago. So there's an after. Ron started to say, but stopped when he saw the look on Plyden's face. Okay, I know, advanced physics. You will find out all in a good time, said Plyden. In the meantime, how about concentrating on this life? Get some sleep and then go visit your family. There are still believers in the town, and they will welcome another one. He walked towards the fireplace and then hesitated. So I'm not checking that bloody chimney again. You shouldn't be allowed to see this, but what the hell, it's Christmas. Plyden slowly started to break up into thousands of pieces, which then disappeared before Ron's astonished eyes. Advanced physics in action were the last words he heard from his unexpected Christmas visitor. The prize to be won. Here is a new Christmas tale